Greetings Christian, greetings pen pals. It's been a while since I've posted a pen pals video. For those of you not familiar with this series, Christian and I ask each other questions about the creative process, and we invite anyone to chime in with their own thoughts about creativity. So in a previous video, Christian talked about the tech and flow of the creative process, and he asked me which one I think is more important for me at the moment. Tech being the more scientific side, and the flow being the more artistic, sort of like intuitive. You do it when you feel like I'm feeling moved, man, so I'm gonna make this work of art, dude. He asked which one I would like to work on, and like Christian, I think I need to work on the tech, the scientific side, the discipline side. If there's one thing the last 5 years has taught me in India and just in work in general, and especially with YouTube videos, is that I tend to depend on my emotions too much, and I depend on my intuition too much. And a lot of times my intuition's terrible. I don't really get the work done in a very disciplined or ordered way. And I think the best art, the art that inspires me, you can, when you go back and see like the DVD special features, or you read the liner notes in your favorite album, you start to realize just how much behind the scenes work, how much discipline goes into making really great music or really great film or TV. I have a magical God of the gaps belief that if I have a great idea, I can just dive into it and make it happen. And then I get into the nitty gritty of whatever project it is, and I realize, wow, there is a lot more that goes into this than I first thought. So in this week, I want to move beyond the theoretical and actually dive into an example of the tech. So Christian, in his video, mentioned something I thought was really interesting.
I know what I want to make, what will leave me feeling satisfied. You know what you want to make. How do we get there? As you alluded to in your video, it's about distilling, refining, making something small very well. Craft a sentence, not a novel. What if I could just write an opening scene that's in the same neighborhood as the opening scene in Song of Solomon?
So my question or challenge for this week is to come up with 3 log lines of original movie or story or short story ideas that we think are interesting. So a log line, if you're not familiar with what a log line is, Christian, I know you're familiar with it, but for anyone who's not familiar with what a log line is basically the general idea of what's going to happen in a story. So it's kind of like the pitch. It's like the blurb on the back of the DVD case, but it's only in a sentence, and the shorter the better. So here's some famous log lines. Rocky, a small-time boxer, gets a once-in-a-lifetime chance to fight the heavyweight champ in a bout in which he strives to go the distance for his self-respect. One of my favorite examples of a log line is the way Joss Whedon is purported to have pitched Serenity, or Firefly, which is 9 people staring into the blackness of space and seeing different things. I mean, you can take that in any number of ways. I mean, you could really just live on that for season after season after season. My challenge for you, Christian, and for anyone watching this, 3 original log lines for films that you would love to see or books you would love to read. So not really a question this week, more of a challenge, so here are mine.
Oh, wow.
Quiet on the set, please.
Sorry.
Say it again.
On the set, please.
Quiet on the set, please. Sick of his depressing job as a harbinger of death, the Grim Reaper quits and takes human form, only to discover that for humanity, there may, in fact, be a fate worse than death. While at a photo op with the patients of a mental health facility, a future pope is shaken to his core and starts down an unprecedented path after a schizophrenic patient grabs him and says, "If you really believed in helping the least of these, you would liquidate the church's assets, give them away, and come work in the trenches with me." An Atlanta homicide detective, infamous in the department for his squeaky clean teetotaling persona, makes a horrific discovery beneath the Department of Human Resources while investigating a string of disappearances.
Goo goo gaga.
Do goo gaga. So there are mine, Christian. Pen pals, let's hear some of yours. You can just post them in the comments. Christian, you have to post the video now. The next one I'll do this week. The next one, because I'm like 2 videos behind. So Christian probably already has a 3rd video that's, we're gonna catch up. You can see the previous video, the one I'm responding to here about tech and flow, right here. And then you can see the other one, the next one that I'll be responding to here. And for the full Pen Pals playlist, Toga Daga, click over here. Thanks. How's that ice cream?
Good.
I like her selection of it.